Hi guys, and with the launch of the last two experimental builds, 0.57 and 0.58, I've had the good fortune to be joined by Brian Hicks, the Dayz lead producer. There you see him trying to shoot Toby through that truck wheel, which you can't do by the way, as it provides quite a good shield to bullets. Now, this first video is on 0.57 and 0.58. Sometimes the footage you'll be looking at won't match the sound. You'll hear in-game sounds that don't seem quite right, but I've tried to make it as watchable as possible whilst doing a bit of a Q&A with Brian. The second video I'm going to be putting out is going to be like a playthrough, a normal playthrough session on the 0.58. Hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, I raised the bolt nominal spawn rate as well as the crossbow with the mentality of, I mean, everything that's considered civilian-grade weapon had its nominal values increased, some more than others, like double-barrel shotgun, pretty frequent. The Makarov in its magazine is supposed to be pretty frequent. The Mosin somewhat, as well as the CR527, the Trumpet, and the Sporter.
Mm-hmm. Also the max for the Sporter?
Yes, they're probably not as rare or not as common as say Makarov mags, just because it can be turned into a hunting rifle with proper optics. But again, all that stuff can be adjusted in like 5 minutes.
Is this zoom that you do with the right mouse now here to stay? Is this how it is?
Nothing's final at this stage of the game. Absolutely nothing. Anything is susceptible to be iterated upon.
Are you happy with it then, should I say?
Me personally, no, but it's not just up to me. It also includes the design team. I prefer the zoom how it was when we launched, honestly.
Yeah.
For me, it's probably going to continue to be frustrating until we get per building quantity control and region control over the economy, so we can start kind of sculpting the intended progression across the map, and then do things like, you know, incentivize it to be omnidirectional, bidirectional I should say, where the players that want the high-end gear, they migrate up north, but then of course if they need some of the more sustainable supplies, medical supplies and such, they have to go towards some of the larger cities. Just keep people moving around the map. But we can't really do that, and we can't evenly distribute loot across the map right now because we don't have control over item quantity amounts in buildings. Like, you know, right now we can't say, I want this building to spawn a minimum of 2 items, a maximum of 50, and I don't know, a nominal of 20. And that'll tell the system when it's spawning, are there 50 items in here right now? You know, in case like a loot explosion, or if so, we don't spawn anything. Are there less than the nominal in here? As it goes through, like if the nominal's set to 20 and there's like 2 items in there, it goes, all right, so we got some holes that we can fill in here. Let's bring that close to the nominal. Anyways, that will allow that as the system spawns across the map, it makes sure to spawn it evenly. And then of course the region control allows us to say, you know, Zone 4 is the only zone that high-cost, high-tier military equipment spawns in. And like in Zone 2, you get the basic stuff and some of the intermediate hunting stuff. And on Zone 1 along the coast, it's tools, basic clothing, and basic weapons and ammo. And also allows us to control the points of interest, so that some of the points of interest are more dependable for gear. So that for those that don't want to spend all their time going through every single building in a town hoping to find some loot, they know that they can get the bare minimum basics if they go to, kind of like the old Dayz mod where they go to the grocery store in Electro and check it for some supplies, and then they go to the fire station, check it for supplies, and you know, that old school mentality of like the quick and efficient what's the term we used to use, the quick and efficient looting pattern, I guess. To allow that, and then of course for those that are really interested in exploring every building and looking for that randomized chance to find something sweet, or really want to, you know, go through a whole town and get everything they need in that one town, they'll be able to do that because they have all those random, you know, row houses and cottages and bungalows and stuff that all have God knows what. That's all within that tier. So it allows both play styles, those who like going through and scavenging and those who really only want to grab the basics before they get out of town. They'll be able to do that with some predictability. Randomization, full randomization, dynamic spawning of items is, in theory, very compelling. It sounds amazing. In practice, it's very frustrating for the end user. Oh yeah, there's some pretty cool shit that hopefully will be in 5.8 experimental soon. Because I know the designers and the vehicle simulation programmer were working on parts, and the first part of that was tires, and the model reacting to the tires being shot at. You know, like shoot out one tire and the front of the vehicle dips. Because the tire's gone, so on and so forth. You lose traction if the back ones are gone.
That's cool. I like it.
I don't want to talk too much in detail about it because Peter has some cool stuff he wants to show people, and I don't want to steal his thunder.
You know the way it puts stuff into your inventory, into the order that you pick it up now, is that part of a bigger plan?
I don't want to say for certain yes. Again, the inventory was another thing. It's part of the reason why 5.7/5.6 took so long to come stable. It's because it was, you know, a gutting and near complete rewrite of how inventory was handled by the game.
Right.
And surprise, surprise, inventory is a big fucking deal for Dayz. And we needed it to be functionally on parity with the original inventory, because we couldn't put it out there if it wasn't. We couldn't essentially take away functionality from players. We needed to make sure that it at least behaved and did all the things the original one did.
Next up, I asked Brian if he had any solutions to deal with the camo room glitching that we're all no doubt aware of.
The prison buildings, as folks call them, they don't spawn loot because people got very upset dealing with the bugs associated with the building, and hot fixing the bugs associated with the building takes a lot of time, when in reality the major fix comes from the new player controller and tying the new player controller into the animation system. So TLDR, rather than try and constantly frustrate both the players and ourselves trying to hotfix the issues of the building, turn the loot off so nobody feels the need to go in there while we deal with the larger problem. The global quantities of the loot are still, like the loot that was going to be in there is in other military buildings. So it's not like we reduced the quantity of potential military loot. We just said, listen, this building's got issues, you can fix it with the new player controller. So for the interim, we'll just turn loot spawning off there so you don't have to feel the need to go in there and deal with the problems.
So by no means a solution, but it's a workaround, and it will be effective as far as I'm concerned. Players are just not going to camp in the glitch room when there's not going to be anyone coming in for the loot. So for now, we're going to say cheerio to the camo building. We've seen many a fight, but it'll be back soon, no doubt.
Do you need any food?
Check my backpack.
Nice. Very nice.
No.
I'm no longer energized, so I could do with fat tin of peaches. But
Well, we can cook the boar steak.
I've got how about a tin of bacon? It was balanced. It's far more nutritional now.
Oh, okay. You two want to get in there and go to the next truck area?
I need a co-pilot.
Alright.
You also need to turn your game
What
effects
does
down
happen?
now.
Alright, make sure I don't back into you guys. I'm safe.
Is there a chance of putting the audio of the V3S on a separate little slider bar, or is that just not even?
Well, that Armor 3 option.
I don't know if I want to dedicate time into making UI changes like that on the old UI, like, because it's going to be going away. So maybe when the new UI is in, yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. When I speak about base building, I'm talking about. All right, let's look at this altar setup here, right? So you got.
Now, I'm sure a lot of you want to hear all about base building and what the dev team have got planned, but Hicks has asked me to hold fire on this part of the vid, as some of the things he discussed here, they're not 100% confirmed internally, and the last thing I want to do is send out the wrong signals. With any luck, I should have something though on base building in the not too distant
FD was just saying he was going as well for a little bit.
Gotcha. Do you have a knife?
Yeah.
Oh, that lucky son of a bitch. Can't target him with the rope because he's in the tree.
Cut it down.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Shit.